Hello everyone and welcome to Before We Leave. This is a indie city builder of sorts that's out on the Epic Games Store right now by Balancing Monkey Games. This is their first game, and it's a little interesting. For one, the art style and the way you look at this is really cool. You kind of rotate around these planets, exploring them and stuff, and it's broken up into hex grids, kind of like a turn-based game, but it's not turn-based, it's real-time. In fact, we should probably get going here. Starting a new game, there's a pretty good tutorial that'll guide you through what makes the game special, and we'll talk a little bit about it here. So the game is pitched as a city builder, all about kind of like peaceful exploration in city building. So there's no combat, you're not fighting against other civilizations or anything like that. You're just these little people coming out of this hole in the ground. There's been like an apocalypse kind of event, and you're kind of exploring the world that's left over and trying to settle it and survive. And you have all sorts of your typical things. So right there, I just built a hut, and a hut brings more settlers out of the vault, if you will. So the more huts you have, the more settlers you have, the more work you can accomplish. And it's all this hex grid deal going on here. Each grid can be occupied by a space. Everything needs to be connected by roads in order for your villagers. So you don't have to connect things with roads necessarily, but it allows them to travel faster, and there are certain buildings that require to be connected with roads. So we're just kind of, like I said, we're just starting out here. So we gotta build a well, we gotta get some food going. We've got wood processing up here, and you get your resources up here. Tools, which is this icon, and stone doesn't come until a little bit later. Your main resource starting out is wood. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It definitely does what it says it does, and kind of provide a chill out kind of not very stressful at all kind of experience for city building, which is a pretty cool if that's what you're looking for. If you're not looking for like the high stress of like a Civ game, like late Civ game or something like that, focused on combat and domination and stuff, this is just about exploration. And what is this? Magnifier. So there's remnants of the old kind of, let's say, civilization here, right? So Magnifier is one of those remnants, and then there's a ruin generator, and there are these ancient technology things that you can collect resources from. So the Magnifier, what this does is transform wood into tools. So this is like an early way to get tools. Doesn't provide a lot of tools, so eventually we'll have to become a little bit more self-sufficient on the tool front, but it is the way you start out to get tools. And we'll just keep building out here. Like I said, the more houses you have, these huts, which we'll be able to upgrade later on, the more people will come out of the vault, and we can actually take a look at our stats here. So got water, we're producing, seems like we're producing enough. Right now the demand is higher than the production, but I think that's just a temporary thing. Food, probably should focus a little bit on food, and maybe a little bit on wood as well. So we'll build another well. What do we need for the well? We need some stone. So we're gonna need to think about that in a second. There's definitely some planning that needs to be done in the way you place your buildings. So if I click this, I'm not using this yet, but you'll see this purple outline here. This is indicating that this is going to cause pollution once it's powered up and running. So anything within a sphere of influence of this is going to start to complain about pollution once it gets operating. And that'll make your villagers unhappy, and you don't want that. We've got this ship over here. So this is like your first quest, kind of, is to get this ship up and get the ship repaired. And then you can use this ship to explore the oceans and find new spots to settle. And different biomes will have different types of resources that'll let you get farther and farther into the game. And actually, we can zoom out to a certain extent here, but you eventually find an old spaceship, and you can repair that, and then you can take off and fly to other planets. We're definitely not going to get there today, but that's a down the road kind of thing that you can look forward to. It's pretty cool. The game's definitely got some interesting things going on. I wonder if we can. Yeah, we can. So you can demolish things you've created, as well as forests, areas, and stuff like that, to make room for roads and new things that you want to build. So this is an explorer's hut. What people assigned to this will do is go to these ancient technology sites, collect ancient technology, which will then transform into research, and we can then build not enough stone, so I gotta remember how to build stone. We do have some stone now. We need 3. Yeah, so basically my next goal is to build this library, which will allow me to conduct research, and that will then let me, well, first step is to get on top of these plateaus, which will allow me to build mines, and those will give me a permanent source of stone, which is what I really need right now. Let's see. I don't know why I'm not producing. It's odd. I'm not sure why I'm not producing the food and water I think I should be. I'm going to put this over here. You definitely don't want to put your food sources and your water sources in the areas where you think you're going to have pollution, because that'll just make nobody happy. some more tools. This generator, eventually I'll get to a point where I can repair that. And what that'll do is it'll open it up the possibilities to smelt things and help make my own tools. Oh, that's right. When I clear out, I think when I clear out forest spots, I get stone from that. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. All right, so we'll queue up some of these. So I really need to get the research going. Oh no, see, I'm producing tons of water. Yeah, so basically you don't assign villagers to do any particular task. You set priorities. So like I just set the woodcutter to high priority, so they will now villagers will go there and start chopping wood and producing. I think the goal of this video will be to repair the boat so you can see us drifting out here and exploring the planet. Like I said, the games are designed to be pretty long. They're randomly generated planets and areas. You can set some things like the amount of resources you get when you destroy something. You can make things a little bit more difficult in that way, but for the most part, it just randomly generates the map, and you go from there. Every solar system, I guess you'd call it, is random and will be different every time you start a new game. So you don't really know exactly what you're gonna get. So our little island here is actually pretty good. We've got a lot of these kinds of resources, which are good. Because like I said, that provides us with research points, which will come in handy when we start researching things, which we'll be doing real soon once we build this library. Let's get some more villagers. I still haven't found a preferred strategy on laying out roads and huts and stuff that I'm super satisfied with. I'm just kind of laying them out and seeing how it goes. The challenge actually comes in placing buildings and making sure you have the roads to connect to everything you want to connect to. So let's check out the research tree. It's pretty extensive. Based on the early game, I can say that it will take some time for you to get all the way over to the end of this. We have our research up here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the elevator. This is going to allow us to get up on top of those stone plateaus and access the mining resources. We'll be able to mine. How about that? I think I'm gonna build another woodcutter's hut in right here. So you are inspired to put something like the woodcutter's hut next to tree hexes. So they'll get a bonus for that. Okay, so we just researched elevators, and then we'll also queue up warehouse as well. That way we'll be able to store some of these excess resources we may be getting. So the elevator, elevators must be placed next to a road. Okay, so the elevator gets us up there. We just need to build a road to it, which we'll do here. No, the day-night cycle is pretty cool. You know, the sun will go around the planet, and it does this cool thing where the bits you've explored, it kind of like creates an edge there that looks pretty cool, and it'll come back around. There doesn't seem to be like any up or down to the whether it's night or not. It's just like it's dark when it's night. It's bright out when the sun's out. It's not like your villagers go to sleep or anything like that. So we'll build mining, and then I'll show you some things we got to deal with pollution. The pollution is a little weird. It so said there's this grid around the things that create pollution, but it seems like things still get polluted even outside of this grid. I don't know if it's just one hex adjacent or what, but the pollution zone actually ends up kind of being a big detriment when you are trying to build your settlement, because it really brings down the happiness of your villagers. There is a speed control here, so I'm gonna actually bump it up to the next speed control, and I'm going to build a quarry up here. So you have to, wait, is this not a mountain? Oh, this is oh, that's not a mountain. Oh, that's a mountain. Ah, crap. Okay, well, I built that in the wrong spot. That's okay. That's not that big of a deal. So that's a pretty good thing for me to talk about. So up on the mountains, you can see these objects. This is a rusting hulk, and this can be mined. This is a mountain. This can also be mined. This is for stone. This is for iron. And you have to build your mining structures next to those things in order to actually mine from them. So we'll just build another one of these elevators to get up to this plateau. While we're doing that, we'll queue up another research. We're going to definitely want repair. And I'll also build a warehouse. Oh, okay, so warehouse takes up 2 slots. Some of the bigger structures, they do take up multiple slots. So you just gotta keep that in consideration when you're building certain buildings. Okay, so that built. What are we out of? We're out of tools. We gotta build some. We gotta make some tools here. I think the idea is you want to try and consolidate as much pollution as you can. Like put all of the things that create pollution in one general area. You can't do that 100% because you have these things that you can't adjust. So like if I build a mine next to this, it's gonna have a little zone of pollution around it. And I just got to deal with that if I want to mine that area. Peeps. Let's see. Looks like everyone's pretty happy. That's good. So then you get your warehouse. This stores excess supplies, so basically I usually just kind of evenly distribute it throughout all of the different resources. Alright, let's build a mine quarry. Now, so you see that I have a purple zone there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a road here. Then we're gonna build the quarry. I'm doing here. Quarry. Alright, and I also got the iron mine now. So we'll build that. Try to build it as far away from the settlement as possible to avoid pollution. Alright, let's see what we can research. Bridge. Oh, we definitely want gardening. We need to start making some food here, some good amounts of food. Toolsmith and iron smelter. So these are the next things that we need to make. Let's see. I'm gonna repair this boat. So for the toolsmith and the iron smelter, I need to repair this. This provides some power to those types of facilities that need it. I think I'm going to. Well, I'm researching this right now, so I'm gonna hold off before I gotta move this garden. This garden is going to be in a what I like to call a stink zone. Yeah, okay, I need some workers. Could get some workers. You want workers? I'll get you workers. And yeah, I like the game. It's definitely has some slow moments when you're just kind of sitting here waiting for things to tick over, but generally the look of it, the music, the sounds, the just chill out nature of it, I'm digging it. I'm interested to see. Haven't gotten too far. Certainly haven't gotten as far like whatever the end of the game is, but I like the loop. I like the, you're slowly making progress here, and you don't have to worry about threats. You can kind of move at your own pace, which is what I really like about it. So now we've got some new gardening options. We've got vegetable field and tea field. So I'm going to scrap this. We gotta connect this to a road. We'll repair it. How are we doing for resources? Pretty good. We got 20 villagers. Get some more. We'll build a little well right here. Alright, wood generator. Burns wood to generate power. Now we can build these things, but we need more tools, of course. I'll make that a high priority. Not sure what the bridge does. Imagine there must be some areas where a bridge could be used. Maybe, I wonder if I can build a bridge here. Crosses a gap between two tiles, cannot be placed above a building or forest. So, yeah. So I bet I could do that if I wanted to. As opposed to building an elevator. Let's see. So turns iron ore into iron. Creates tools from iron and wood. All right. So we've got a big stink zone. That's cool. Look, there's a little ancient ruin here that I can send a dude in to explore. See what happens. Explore an ancient ruin reveals everything we need to learn. Oh. Cool, so I got a free technology out of that. That's awesome. School. Raises new peeps to increase your population. Once the initial few from the shelter have all found homes. Huh, okay. I think I'm gonna have to move this woodcutter sooner rather than later. It's gonna be in this pollution zone. Now we should be able to soon anyway get some tools going, a good amount of tools because we need 25 of them to repair the boat. Looks like we could use some food. Let's see. I'm gonna put that here. You know, it's weird. It's like I should just clear cut a lot of this forest because I don't need it, but I kind of want to leave it there because it looks nice. And it's like I don't want to destroy the entire planet. Oh, cool. We made a tool. And we can keep using the Magnifier to make some more tools. I think that they're probably getting not very happy because they're being polluted. So like the people that work at the places, they're going to be unhappy if it's something that generates pollution no matter what. But you can control adjacency stuff, you know. So that's that one. That's not the one I'm looking for. This one. Alright, that's an iron mine, it's not a woodcutter. Woodcutter. Let's see. Must be this one. All right, we got almost enough tools. Alright. Not enough adults in this island. Oh. Alright, so I guess I need a certain population. That's cool. We can do that. We can accommodate that, no problem. Okay. So I'm at my max research now. Now I have to get out and explore in order to find new technologies to research. Oh yeah, that was a cool thing I wanted to bring up is the music is dependent on where your village is. So like that music you were just hearing, if I were to go over here, it would have gone away. Same thing with, see if you can hear the like the crickets chirping. If I go over here, that goes away and it's a different sound. It's just little details like that I think are cool. You know, they didn't have to take that into account. That was a decision they made. Little detail. Yeah, we'll repair this up. And then we'll do some exploring, and I'll probably call it. Like I said, the games can take pretty long. And this is definitely an idea of the loop. The only thing that will really come into play later is certain biomes. So we'll see what we find out here. But if we find like a desert biome, you're gonna have to worry about your villagers that are out exploring. They're gonna get exhausted because it's so hot. So that'll open up a new set of things that you need to find for them. Like you need to provide clothes so they can protect themselves from the heat. And yeah, eventually you can upgrade a lot of these buildings, but you need to get the research first. Let's go here. Repair this ship. Come on. Make that high priority. See, music goes away. Music comes back, goes away. Again, just a silly detail, but I thought it was pretty cool. There she is. Alright, Lunar is our ship. And yeah, you can just explore, and it fills in the hexes, the squares. And there'll be what's probably here. Whoop. Okay, so we discovered a new island. There are shimmers from the heat. Your ship has discovered a new island, but there's no lush grass to be found. So yeah, this desert area. You discover a new kind of ancient technology that was used to connect the entire planet. Gather it with your explorers to unlock new secrets of the ancients. Yeah, so we found a new... Oh, we got some oil. So new resource. We'll explore the perimeter here. Usually, you know, this is where you'll also find the rocket ship. But it could be on another island, I suppose. Oops. Oh, head up there still. Technology, okay. Alright. So that'll be where we eventually colonize, probably. I mean, I'm gonna check out the rest of this planet to make sure there isn't a better location. There are north and south poles to the planet. I don't know. I don't think you can settle on them. They're just ice blobs, basically. See, here's one right here. Is this another island? Another continent, basically? Yeah, so sometimes you'll find the main continents and then you'll have secondary continents as well. Yep. Alright, oh, there's a spaceship. Alright, so this is where I'm actually gonna colonize. Hopefully there's other stuff on this continent as well. But you'll be able to colonize all of them as you research the technologies, you get the buildings, and you're able to build boats and colonize as much as you want. I like these little inlet rivers. Alright, so I'm going to colonize. Let's colonize here. That'll give me access up here and then access to the Yeah, access to the ship. All right, yeah, and so now I've got a port, and that'll allow me to build some houses here. And get some people. Yeah, get some people over here. I think eventually you'll be able to share resources and stuff, but right now I have to kind of make myself self-sufficient over here until I get to that point. So I'll have to build a woodcutter's hut. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, so that's the basics of it. I mean, we still have a little bit of the planet to explore. There might so this will be one of the poles. There might be another continent here. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Before We Leave, by Balancing Monkey Studios, which is a new studio. This is their first foray into development, and I think it's a pretty good game. They seem to have nailed what they were going for, which is about as much as you could ask. So you do get some information here before we leave. You get some information on, so it tells you right here, there's no pollution in this square. What it is, it's grass, and there's no roads, so there's 75% speed penalty. Then if I click here, so it's polluted, so you wouldn't want to make anything there. No pollution. I don't know why. Because it's not very polluted anymore. Very polluted. That's the center. Very polluted. Slightly polluted. Okay. Yeah, the pollution thing, I'm still learning a little bit there, but it seems like it's a little bit more straightforward than I thought. So yeah, slightly polluted. You kind of got a different color here too. I don't know. No pollution. Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna do it. That's Before We Leave by Balancing Monkey. Studios, and it's on the Epic Game Store right now. It's only $20. I think it's worth that price. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time.